As those Nike numbers are now actually coming out. It looks like an earnings per share of 98 cents. That's above the 83 cents that analysts had been anticipating. Nike has not missed analyst estimates in terms of that earnings per share number since the fourth quarter of 2012. It has been a consistent performer here, and the only sort of question in this earnings report is how much it's going to be affected by currencies. The company says its worldwide futures orders were up by 2%. That looks to be below what analysts had been anticipating. These futures orders, as the company calls them, are orders that have not yet been filled. So it's basically a measure of a forward-looking measure for demand for the company. Those futures orders, however, ex-currency, are up by 13%. So that does actually look a little better than what analysts had been anticipating, because the company tried to manage expectations and talk about what would be happening in terms of the currency effect. So again, 2% including the effect of currency, 13% excluding that effect. Gross margins expanding here, coming in at 46.2%. That, too, is above what analysts had been anticipating. And they're coming out with the revenue for their various segments. In North America, sales of $3.7 billion. North America is the largest geographical segment for the company. Japan, $230 million. And China, $829 million. I'm seeing the shares move up by about 1.5% in the after hours, bouncing between 1 and 1.5% in the after hours in a reaction to all of this. And, Alex, earlier you were talking to Ken Grazuti, who's the analyst over at Bloomberg Intelligence, who covers, and he says, you know, as long as we see this athleisure trend, which is a trend that a lot of retail analysts I've spoken to say has legs, you're going to see a company like Nike, which is already a market leader, continue to do well. And that appears to be the case when you're looking at this quarter.
Yeah, Julie, I should point out, too, that North American futures orders, excluding FX, are about 13%. That is also better than the estimate of 11%. That also, I highlight North America in particular because Nike had been hit by that West Coast port strike, got it out there, and is sort of playing some catch-up with that, and we see the strength continuing, meaning it was sort of a one-off issue, what we saw in the past few quarters.
You know, we're getting the futures orders, excluding currencies, for the various geographic areas as well. In Japan, up 20%, excluding the effect of currency. In China, up 22%. So it looks like global demand is strong for this company.